Good afternoon from England. It's about 7 o'clock. Actually, it should be good evening to everybody. And so, particularly to Mr. Donald Trump, there are some 7.5 hours left in the deadline given by Mr. Donald Trump, and that is the topic I wish to talk to the whole of the world. This is very, very important that we should never bring the world to the brink for reasons that can always be solved. If it is 8 hours or 80 hours, the position can be better with 80 hours than 8 hours. The reason is Mr. Donald Trump. I don't believe that you are a man of violence. Although in the latest things that have happened, I don't know what's going on and because I'm far away from the things. I'm not a man of politics. I'm a man of love, peace, and that sort of thing. I have always loved, doesn't matter which religion it is, a person is from, whether Jew, whether Christian, whether Muslim, Hindu, whatever. And I am a Muslim, and I'm a Muslim by birth. But there is one thing in me, and that is love. And I find that as the most wonderful thing that you can think of. And if you go towards wars, a normal skirmish is something one can understand. But something as big as that is going into play in Iran is devastating. We have brought the world to the edge of total destruction, or enough destruction to destroy the rest. So here is my request, and for that reason, and I give you some reasons in summary, I'm concerned. This is why I had a quick shower to be fresh and do this vlog, because in this vlog I beg, and I am not shy to say the word beg. Some people think to beg is bad. To beg for good things is not bad. We are at the edge of a bad thing, and here I'm begging for a good thing. So don't say that, you begged. Like a lot of people say, oh, I will never bow my head, or I'll never do this or that. But anyway, Mr. Trump, I'm going back to what I want and what I want you to understand. Number one, the war on Iran had very little to do whatsoever with America. Number two is that it was an issue between Israel and Iran. I don't know whether it was Iran or it was just Israel. I don't know, because really I have never been into this thing. All I have known is that a lot has been done to Arabs in Palestine, and a lot needs to be corrected. Hundreds and thousands of people died in Gaza. We need to look at this. This continued circle of violence from Gaza to here, to there, and then ending with Mr. Trump deciding that if this doesn't happen, what I say, I'm going to destroy this. That, Mr. Trump, I say briefly, otherwise it will go on and on, because I can't speak on it, because I'm 84-year-old nearly. And in those 84 years, I have gone through the history of the world as a student, as a traveler, as a business, and everything. I've been to America quite a few times as well, and I wish America well. I even told Bill Clinton not to go to war in Iraq, because I said these will leave bad feelings and so on. Anyway, let's stop there. Let's get back to the topic. You see, most politicians always divert from one topic to another to kill the topic, but I don't. I want to stay. I want to stay there. Please let me. Don't let me adrift, and I won't. Number one, this ultimatum of 8 hours to admit or to sign a pact or to do anything with the ultimate, with an atom bomb, with a missile hanging on their head, is nothing but duress. And let me please tell you that anything done under duress is not legal and is not going to stand the test of law, and at the right time, each and every penny will have to be counted for by the people who have done this. And it sometimes is very embarrassing for a nation of the status of America to not think more about this. I have worked with Americans. I like them. I think they're wonderful people. I don't know. I have very rarely met a person who I can call bad. There must be few, but I don't know them. I stay away from that group. Now, coming to number two, the one, that is illegal. Number two, it will produce nothing good. It will kill many human beings. It will destroy many buildings where hundreds of years were spent to make them. And this will be on Israeli side, they will be on the side of Iranians and the Arab states. Nothing good will come out. And it's been the most foolish thing to do. First I'm saying is that as Mr. Donald Trump said that he has saved the world from wars, I want him to save this one as well, so his records become 100%. But unfortunately, somewhere along the line, whoever his advisor may be, or whoever his friend may be, has guided him to a very wrong place. This was the time, Mr. Donald Trump, you should walk away with a very good name as one of the finest presidents of America. So I say that don't do that. Number three is, you cannot expect a war that has started for 70 years, from 1947, should be solved within 8 days, or give an ultimatum of this sort. Negotiations, as you have experienced, or you may not have experienced, but you may have seen that Henry Kissinger traveled days in and days out to France, Paris, and negotiated peace with Vietnam. There were no deadlines that you will sign this in 10 days, you will sign it 100 days, or this and that. It was an ongoing process. It diluted the war. It brought more of a peace, not officially, but it stopped the war to an extent. Now, so it took I think it took about a year and a half, or maybe 2 years, when eventually Vietnam War came to an end, and then two separate countries were created, like Saigon and South Vietnam and North Vietnam. Eventually North Vietnam took over everything, and that was fine. That situation was accepted by America. So what I am saying to you is, this war, this is not like North Vietnam. This is a very, very serious thing. And I tell you is this. So I say that this war is not going to do any good. Neither the Vietnam War did any good, but then the Vietnamese did quite well. Then the fourth item I tell you, this will make the world and a common man in every nation of the world suffer. Is that what we want? A healthy socially healthy country like Iran is of great benefit to America, to Europe, and the rest of the world. Should we throw bombs on such a nation or have an ongoing fight? It will not certainly help. I don't know what Mr. Donald Trump will decide, but I have faith in him. Maybe I'll be very sad and sorry that how I think about him, and I've written about him as well on YouTube what I think about him, and I have said in some places that people don't understand him. I may well be right, but there has been a mistake in this one. This started with a mistake. So there is no reason we should not stop it. We should stop it to save the world from a worse scene. Nobody is going to be good to America after the aftermath of what is going to happen. And it's not going to be good. We want to have good relations with America. Britain wants a good relation, the whole Europe and the rest. We must, only it can happen if we don't go any further. So Mr. Donald Trump, fifth or sixth number, whichever number it is, I beg you again, for the sake of mankind, human beings, people, mothers, children, daughters, sons, that don't do this. It's very easy to say 200 people died there, but go to those 200 houses and feel how their families are feeling. We as a human being have suffered or inflicted so much loss. I think we ought to. I'm not blaming you. I'm not saying you did. In fact, I think this is the only one you are feeling, and I'm trying to ask you to save it because you are a good savior. You saved India Pakistan war. I have offered my services, and I know that I can play a part because I listen more and I speak less. And I achieve things that I go for in a very fine, humble and logical manner. Please don't think I'm praising myself. I'm not. I'm just saying that what is going on, you don't need a hot-headed man to diffuse it. You need a man with a cool-headed approach like mine. Maybe you have been told a lot of stories which has made you so upset that you said doesn't matter what happens. Now that they have destroyed so many aeroplanes or so many ships, I have to justify my action. There is no justification for any killing whatsoever. Nothing good can ever come out. So I say another reason why we shouldn't go for this. And another thing I tell you, there was a World War II and Germany was almost destroyed. So was Russia partially destroyed and Japan. And two atom bombs were dropped one in Hiroshima and one somewhere else. I happen to be, not at that time, but I have visited Japan, and I've seen, and I've talked to people about different things. People don't forget. These nations, you have seen, Germany was totally destroyed when Hitler was gone. Germany made such a quick, such a quick recovery. Is one of the most advanced nations in the world. Is one of the most, is one of the countries with most of the time surplus economically speaking. And the history tells us that the nations which go down come up very, very fast and very strong. And that is Germany and Japan both. Remember one thing, if that happens to Iran and there are different people, different countries take different sides, and they'll be forced to go into that because they believe that we should not kill people. I'm sure you believe as well. So let me stop before time goes by. It may never reach you. It may reach somebody. I want you, please, at least 6 months. Forget those who say you will do it in 2 days and I will do it in 3 days. Do you think the world has nothing to do except stop this war, fly from this place to that place and that place to that place and that place? Pakistan has been working day and night. The foreign minister of Pakistan, Mr. Dar, he is in that country, he is in Iran, he is in China, he is in America, he is there. I know that man when we were students, because I happened to be an accountant and so was he. But obviously his line was different than mine, and I was an accountant, he was a politician. But anyway, he's a very, very, very good man actually. But so even you would have seen that in a meeting that was taking place, he tripped. Somebody may have laughed at his tripping, may have found funny. But the truth is that the man was overdone. His energy was burned, but he was carrying on because he was trying to tell America how progress is made, what is done. Then he wants to keep China on board. He wants to do this. He's running around. And so is the Pakistani Army General, Field Marshal Munir. Even our Prime Minister, we technically Pakistan, for the sake of peace, for the sake of mankind, was doing everything for America and Iran. And I don't think the Arab or any Arab nation should feel bad about that. We will be with you. I personally think anywhere where there's a war, United Nations should step in and stop the war. And negotiations should start. So, first of all, you cannot have a foreign minister and a foreign minister of another country and that country and give them an assignment to bring the things to peace. They have to be different people. They have to be a different ministry who's actively looking for this. Because when the Prime Minister or the President of America say, well, what progress have you made? He said, I'm sorry, last 2 weeks I couldn't do this because I was doing this, because I'm a minister of something else. So what I'm telling you, let's have a pause of about 6 months. I'm not saying go to sleep for 6 months and then wake up to do something. I'm saying in this 6 months, we'll play a part. And I will tell you how, but at the moment I cannot tell you nothing because I'm in a hurry to get this on YouTube. Whether it reaches anybody or not, God knows, but that's the only thing I know to put it in front of the people. My Mr. Donald Trump, if I want to meet you really, but we'll see. You have too much on your plate at the moment. But it's time. I think when you meet me, you need good 4 or 5 hours and not with 10 people around you or me. Or when I'm sitting quietly, you think he's not, he's an idiot just sitting there. No, you will find something different. You will find that when I leave you, the world will look very peaceful. You're a good man. I tell you, I can say 10 times that, but somewhere along the line, there are so many things that stop you from doing the right thing. And that is what has happened with you. How can a man be so foolish to wage a war and think of dropping bombs? Who has made such a big empire, who has done, created so much industry and wealth, who has won the American election twice.
Not everywhere will be cold today.
So, Mr. Donald Trump, I want to hear from your mouth what I'm saying. Go for it. And I promise you, I will not travel to meet you because of age restrictions. But you are most welcome to come this way when on a holiday and have a little meeting. But don't sandwich me between meetings. Oh, sorry, I have to go there, and sorry, I have to go. Well, then there is nothing. Then let's not waste each other's time. If you give me the time, I don't know. I think this decision, if it's wrong, I would blame your advisor as much as 90%. And if you even stop now, the whole 100% credit goes to you, because your advisor, who may be in hundreds or thousands, advised you to go to the brink. Maybe they wanted you to go the other way or to the other world. So let's call the world a friend. Let's halt the war. When you are not going to throw bombs, they will not throw. And so Israel will have to listen. If you know Mr. Nigel Farage, who happens to be your friend, he's a very blunt, straightforward. He says what he feels like, and I like him. And I have been writing to him to meet me when next time he's in the town. Just for that, hello, how are you? Just pay my regards and probably ask him to have a look at my vlogs or may suggest something. But then obviously I will listen to him, because I can give a limited thing because I'm 84-year-old. I've got to make sure that I'm alert, I'm good, I'm kind, as I am, as I'm humble, and when I talk, the other person feels at ease. You know, when Harold Wilson was the Prime Minister of England, and he was the topic of Rhodesia was all over the place. Harold Wilson took Ian Smith and they decided we'll have a meeting in a ship far away from Great Britain and far away from Rhodesia. Now you say, why couldn't you do it in this room? Why people do this? Why people have a nice car? Why this? But there is a reason for everything. The reason they both went on a ship and stayed on it for 4 or 5 days, they wanted to talk